The clock on Daniel's nightstand read 11:58 p.m. He rubbed his tired eyes and whispered to himself, just 10 more minutes. One funny clip became another, then another. A cooking hack, a travel video, a stranger dancing in a kitchen, a dog wearing sunglasses. Daniel laughed quietly, promising himself he would stop after the next one. But the next one never felt like enough. Daniel's eyes were red, his head throbbed, his chest felt tight with anxiety. In exactly 3 hours, his alarm would ring. He stared at the glowing screen in disbelief. "How did this happen again?" he whispered. And that was the terrifying part. It happened every night. Daniel was 30 years old, living in a small apartment in New York City. He worked as a project manager for a busy marketing company. By all appearances, he had his life together. He wore pressed shirts. He answered emails quickly. He paid his bills on time. He showed up for work every morning. But behind the polished image was a man who was constantly exhausted. At 6:30 a.m., Daniel hit snooze. Then snooze again. Then snooze one more time. By the time he finally dragged himself out of bed, he already felt like he had failed the day. He stood in front of the bathroom mirror, dark circles under his eyes. His reflection looked older than 30, older than he remembered. Steadily, coffee became his morning survival kit. 1 cup before leaving the apartment, another on the subway, a third before his first meeting. His coworkers joked about it. "Daniel, you keeping Starbucks in business by yourself?" One of them laughed. Daniel smiled, but inside he knew the truth. Coffee was not giving him energy. It was helping him hide how little sleep he was getting. Every night he made the same promise. "Tonight I'm going to sleep early." And every night that promise disappeared into the blue glow of his phone. At first, late-night scrolling felt harmless. Daniel told himself it was how he relaxed after a stressful day. He worked hard. He deserved a break. So he climbed into bed, opened his phone, and watched just a few videos. But those few videos stretched into hours. His sleep became shorter. His mornings became harder. And slowly, his entire life began to change. At work, Daniel struggled to focus during meetings. His mind drifted. He forgot details he would normally remember. One afternoon, Emily asked Daniel, "Daniel, did you send the client report?" Daniel froze. The report was due that morning. He had completely forgotten. I'll send it right now," he said, trying to hide the panic in his voice. Emily looked at him with concern. "You've been forgetting a lot lately. Are you okay?" Daniel nodded quickly. "Yeah, I'm fine. Just busy." But he wasn't fine. He was running on caffeine, stress, and 3 or 4 hours of sleep. His girlfriend, Sarah, noticed it too. One evening, they sat together on the couch watching a movie. Sarah laughed at a scene and turned to Daniel. He was staring at his phone. "Did you even see that part?" she asked. "Huh? Sorry, what happened?" Sarah sighed. "You're always somewhere else, Daniel, even when you're right next to me." Her words stung because they were true. Daniel was physically present, but emotionally, he was disappearing. Daniel could not answer. "When was the last time you went to bed without your phone?" Daniel opened his mouth, then closed it. He honestly could not remember, and that realization scared him more than any sleepless night. Daniel began to notice something strange. He could be exhausted. His body could ache for sleep. His eyes could burn with fatigue. But the moment he picked up his phone, he felt awake again. It was as if the screen had a secret power over him. He told himself he was relaxing, but he was not relaxing. He was feeding his brain a constant stream of stimulation. Every swipe brought something new. A surprise, a A shocking headline. A dramatic story. His brain never knew what was coming next, and that uncertainty kept him hooked. Whisper. Just one more video, he whispered. Then another. Then another. Hours vanished without permission. The breaking point came on a Thursday morning. Daniel had spent the previous night scrolling until 3:02 a.m. The next day, he had the biggest presentation of his career. His company was pitching a major campaign to an important client. Daniel had prepared for weeks. He knew the numbers, he knew the strategy, he knew exactly what to say. Or at least he thought he did. Daniel stood at the front of the room, holding the presentation clicker. His boss smiled encouragingly. "You've got this, Daniel." Daniel nodded and began speaking. The first slide went well, the second slide went well, then he reached the third slide. And suddenly, his mind went blank. The words disappeared. The numbers disappeared. The strategy disappeared. Daniel stared at the screen, unable to remember what came next. His coworkers shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The client waited. His boss looked confused. "Daniel?" his boss said gently. Daniel swallowed hard. "I'm sorry," he whispered. I lost my train of thought." The presentation continued, but the damage was done. After the meeting, his boss closed the conference room door. "Daniel, are you okay?" he asked. "You don't seem like yourself anymore." Daniel looked down at the floor. For the first time, he could not hide behind excuses. That night, he stood in front of his bathroom mirror. The apartment was silent. His phone rested on the sink beside him. He stared at his reflection for a long time. Then he said the words he had been avoiding for months. "I'm not just losing sleep. I'm losing my life while staring at a screen." Daniel needed answers. So instead of opening social media that night, he opened his laptop and searched for one question. Why can't I stop scrolling before bed? What he discovered changed everything. He learned that the blue light from his phone was delaying melatonin, the hormone that tells the body it is time to sleep. He learned that short-form videos were overstimulating his brain right before bedtime. And he learned about dopamine. Every new video gave his brain a tiny burst of pleasure, a tiny reward, a tiny reason to keep going. His brain was not chasing relaxation, it was chasing stimulation. The same stimulation that made sleep feel boring, the same stimulation that kept him awake when his body was begging for rest. Daniel finally understood why he felt so exhausted, anxious, and forgetful. Sleep deprivation was not just making him tired, it was damaging his focus, his mood, his memory, his ability to make good decisions. And every night he scrolled, he was teaching his brain to choose instant entertainment over real recovery. The next evening, Daniel made a small decision, not a dramatic one, not a promise to become a perfect person overnight, a small decision. Steady. He placed his phone on the kitchen counter instead of taking it to bed. Then, he walked into his bedroom without it. The silence felt uncomfortable. His hands reached for his pocket automatically, but the phone was not there. For the first few nights, he struggled. He tossed and turned. He felt restless. He wanted to get up and check his phone, but he stayed in bed. He breathed slowly. He let the discomfort pass. Then, Daniel bought a simple alarm clock. No notifications, no glowing screen, just numbers and an alarm. He created a new rule: no phone for 30 minutes before sleep. Instead of scrolling, he read a few pages of the book. He dimmed the lights. He drank tea. He practiced deep breathing. At first, 30 minutes felt impossible. Then, it became normal. After a few weeks, something remarkable happened. Daniel began falling asleep faster. He woke up before his alarm. His mind felt clearer. His coffee cups became fewer. At work, he remembered details again. He spoke confidently in meetings. Sarah noticed the change too. One evening, they watched a movie together. Daniel kept his phone in another room. When Sarah laughed, he laughed with her. When she spoke, he listened. She smiled and squeezed his hand. "There you are," she said softly. Daniel smiled back. For the first time in a long time, he felt truly present. Months later, Daniel woke up at 5:45 a.m. No alarm, no panic, no exhaustion. He walked to the window and pulled back the curtains. Outside, the sky was painted in shades of orange and gold. Daniel stood there quietly, watching the sunrise. For the first time in years, he did not reach for his phone. He did not check notifications. He did not open social media. He simply watched the morning begin. And in that moment, Daniel realized something profound. His phone had never been helping him relax. It had been stealing the rest his mind desperately needed. The most productive thing he could do was not stay awake longer. It was not answer one more email. It was not watch one more video. It was to put the phone away and let his mind rest. Because sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is how we heal, how we think clearly, how we show up for the people we love, how we become the person we want to be. So tonight, when you whisper, "Just 10 more minutes," remember Daniel. Remember the nights he lost. Remember the mornings he suffered through. Remember the moments he almost missed. And ask yourself one simple question. Is one more video worth tomorrow's exhaustion? If Daniel's story reminded you of your own nights, then maybe tonight is the night you take back your sleep. Like this video, subscribe to StorySoul, and join a community that wants to become better one story at a time.